Trina right here. Welcome. As you may already have read or seen or heard, I felt a nudge to engage in 365 days of realizations, which to me means just the way I express anyway. I have been on a spiritual path as far along as I can remember most of my life, even as a child. And I also process out loud. So I love to talk about what's going on here. I love to talk about my own journey, my own progress, how things are coming together for me, what I've discovered. And I guess in that meditation, I felt a strong clarity that what seems just like my day-to-day living, my day-to-day kind of experience between me and a higher power, call it source or God or whatever is how you frame it, could be of benefit to other people. That there is things that I have come to know and come to experience through having my feet on this physical trail, through coming into a physical body and then coming to understand that that's not who I am, and coming into this character that is known as Trina in the world, that is a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend, that has experienced many, many things, including being widowed at the age of 39, raising 4 children, being a mom, just seeing the flavors of life unfold before me as part of my journey, having so many different kinds of experiences, and having a recognition that all of that, that whole lifetime of that is why we're here. It's what we came for, to really understand who we really are, that we're energy in this body, and to see the reflections that we experience outside of us as more true, more full. They're always true, but are they true from an unconscious place? Are they true from a reactive place? Are they true because in every moment we're dragging our history, our past, our momentum, even the momentum of the collective with us? We're taking those beliefs with us, so we're not really free and we're not really clean. And I got really excited and giddy some years ago about this idea of just being free, of being liberated, of being like who I know I am, which is the essence of oneness, of pure, pristine love, of divine light, of ever new exuberant joy, of infinite bliss. Call it God, call it source, call it the creator of that. That is what I am. That is what animates this body, this character. And so how do I move my life in a direction that takes me clearly into that fullness so that I can be that expression? And the other piece of that was that, and this is like more than one realization that I'm going to share in one day, one of the things that I know about me is that it moves fast and they often come like together. And I have had an experience with people where sometimes I share and it's a little too much. It feels like the way I process it, or I've given myself the space to process it, is more than what most people can process. Not in a way that's wrong, it's just different. And I see it in my daughter because she has it too. And I can keep up with her, but lots of other people can't. And so one of the other realizations I had is that since it is a projection that we're all living, since this is all filtered through my perspective, and again, as I've mentioned, why are we here in the written post that I added to, which I won't discuss here, but the same goes for this. Like, we don't really know what's going on here. We don't really know how real it is or how unreal it is. We don't know how much of a delusion or illusion it is, whose dream exactly it is, and we don't even know like how it's exactly here to serve us. All we can do is find what resonates, what feels to the core of your being like it's true. And so what I came upon that just feels so freeing and so true is that you're all me. That everyone I meet is me in essence. And again, this could be, you could take it all the way to the nth degree. Like, this is just my own illusion that I'm projecting everything and that all of you are just following the scripts I gave you to take this essence of me to expansion, and you're all in your own little bubbles of experience somewhere else. That's one way, and I would have no way of knowing if that's true. But the other one that probably feels a little fuller for all of us is the notion that together we just, in a way we can't understand behind the scenes, our higher beings are working this out to take us all to our highest potential, to our highest opportunity for expansion, because we have free will, whatever that exactly means. But because there is some freedom experienced in our character to make choices from moment to moment, how it lines up and how it unfolds is the beauty of this journey. You know, our path, the things that we've chosen to bring with us, what we intended, so to speak, is a piece of it. But then in every moment, where do I lean to? What do I lean into? And I see the path as being just the ground filling in front of me as my journey unfolds. So as each moment gives me a new opportunity to lean in a new direction, or maybe the same direction, but to ever be expanding. And so what really helped me with that is just to imagine that you are just reflective aspects of me. And we do this dance together where in any given moment, how we show up together, who knows, but has something to do with what will serve that interaction best. Sometimes I'm completely empty and free, and I know absolutely that I show up just in service of someone else as I see them, an aspect of myself, to help awaken that aspect of myself in a deeper way. Not completely, not fully, and I'm not saying they're sleeping. I'm just saying to show them something. And at the same point, sometimes I'm on the other side of that. I'm the one receiving the full-on reflection so that I can see what aspects of me are not purely in resonance with my truth, which is that pure, pristine love, divine light, ever new, exuberant joy, infinite bliss, that I am source or God in a body walking around. And how do I best express that? And so that's been, what I've been focusing on for, in different ways, my whole life, incrementally. I mean, diving into the teachings of Abraham Hicks, clearly, though empowerment based, was definitely about experiencing all of that, coming to clearly so fully know that I am energy in this body. And then moving into other avenues. I mean, prior to Abraham Hicks, diving into Byron Katie and just really questioning our thoughts, the meaning that we attach to them. Neil Donald Walsh, who, really did a good job of explaining duality for me. Just every little piece, every little teacher that's shown up to take me to more and more and more understanding and expansion, and ultimately remembering, which is every realization I see is a pop along that path. It could be a simple little aha, or it could be a really big thing that, like, all of a sudden you wake up and have a realization that you're much more in awareness than you knew you were. You're much more down this, it's hard to even call it a path, but you're much deeper into this experience than what you had seen within yourself before, that you're not reactive, that you're fully engaged, that you're flowing more of that sourceness, that godness in each moment. And so I know that this was jam-packed full with a lot, but I wanted to just give you a taste of a flavor of how I am, how I navigate my way around this world, since it's me that's going to be sharing. And I don't know exactly why I was told to do this, or why I was called to do this. It felt like it really resonated from a deeper aspect of myself. And I do enjoy it. I do love the talking. I love the trying to figure it out. I love also developing the inner landscape of me. But to do that and then see that inner landscape reflected back to me outwardly is the joy, the ecstasy, the bliss. That's where it really comes from. And I feel often like some of the things I've discovered are just so simple. Like, we've all made it into this complicated thing, and it's really not. It's just simple. And if I was able to stand on a mountain where everyone would hear me, I would just want to yell out, remember that you're so much more than you think you are. And where does that remembering take you? And that's my day-to-day feet on the path, living my life experience. I am fully anchored to the aspect of this experience with my children that really is in it, and at the same time, not of it, just really flowing from awareness, watching it all, being in presence with it all, and being conscious in it all. And so, I don't know. I guess that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to share what seems relevant to be shared. Every morning I sit satsang with my beautiful, amazing, loving, delightful, divine partner. We call ourselves, it depends on the day, but alignment partners, expansion partners, realization partners. And every day we share And every day I tell him what I've got going on, what has come up for me, how I've moved through it. And so that's the piece. I'm just going to add you to that conversation. And if something resonates, great. If it doesn't, that's great too, because there's just so many choices out there and so many ways that we have set up to remind ourselves of who we are and to then flow from that. So I'm excited to share so many more things with you. I could just go on and on and on, but I want to pace myself. I see the next 365 days as not only this sharing, because that's irrelevant in some ways. I mean, it's beautiful. And if it really does do something for someone else, then that's added bonus. But ultimately, I'm doing it because one, I want to just bring myself to that place where I can talk about it and just own it, that this is what I decided to do with my incarnation here. I've been a mom of 4 beautiful children and raised them through some things that at times seemed hard with the loss of their father and all of the stuff that went around with that. But that really was my life's work. That really was what I came to do, was to nurture those souls and to help them on their path. And so this gives me an opportunity to not only honor myself in that, but to share more fully with them who it is that I know I am, who I see them as. I wake my children up every day and say, you're a beautiful being of love and light. But what does that really mean? And so a little bit of this sharing is to help with that. A little bit of it is just to have the structure. I know I spent the last year, which I'm going to talk about in a future post, probably today, because it's the last day of this year, moving into a whole new year and a whole new decade. Meditation was such a key thing for me, developing a stable, steady practice of meditation, which is not always easy and feels sometimes like a withdrawal from this, from the kids, from the stuff, and is helpful on one hand, but also there's that constant pull to want to be back in it. So I feel like this is that kind of thing, like setting into like, I'm going to share every single day just because I am, not because there's an attachment, not because there's a purpose, just because it's what I was called to do, to follow the resonance, to follow my excitement in that moment. So that's it. That's exactly what I'm doing and why I'm here. If you listen to this whole video, I'm kind of amazed. If not, that's awesome. And I will see you tomorrow, and as many days as you want to show up, because I'm going to show up. Sometimes it'll be video, sometimes it'll be sharing in writing form, sometimes I might write a poem or do some art. I don't know. I'm just gonna, this is a total experience of letting the spirit within me, the source within me, guide me, and just trusting that flow. That's the other piece that is so relevant for me in this moment, is just to trust that flow. And I invite all of you to trust it too. So have an amazing, wonderful day. Wherever we are right now, when you're watching this video, in the 365 days must be perfect, because that's when you've shown up. And if you never come back, that must be perfect too. And if you do, well, I'll be happy to see you. And just know that I do see you. I see the fullness of all that you are. I see every potential that lives within you. I see the freedom that you seek there already, because it's always and already there. Bye.